Welcome to Lives of Saints, a journey into extraordinary lives of faith, courage, and service. In this video, we'll explore 10 remarkable men and women who lived extraordinary lives of faith, courage, and service. These individuals, through their unwavering commitment, transformed the world around them. Each saint comes from a different time and place, showcasing the universal impact of their dedication. Their witness continues to inspire millions, offering timeless lessons for modern life. Welcome to a journey through the remarkable life of Saint Ignatius of Loyola, a man whose transformation led to the founding of one of the most influential religious orders in history. Born Íñigo López de Loyola in 1491, Ignatius began his life with ambitions far removed from the spiritual path he would eventually embrace. Born into a noble family in España, Spain, Íñigo's early life was marked by the pursuits of a courtier and a soldier. He dreamed of chivalry and military glory, eager to distinguish himself on the battlefield and in the courts of Europe. His life took a dramatic turn during the Battle of Pamplona, an event that would ultimately lead to his spiritual conversion. In 1521, during the siege of Pamplona, Ignatius was severely wounded by a cannonball, shattering his leg. During his long and painful recovery, Ignatius requested books of chivalry, but instead was given texts on the lives of saints and a book on the life of Christ. This unexpected reading sparked a profound spiritual awakening within him. After his recovery, Ignatius embarked on a pilgrimage, embracing a life of asceticism and profound spiritual contemplation, particularly in Manresa, where he began to outline his famous spiritual exercises. This intense period of discernment led him to pursue theological studies, and eventually, to the formation of a new religious order. Ignatius pursued further studies in Paris, where he gathered a group of like-minded companions, including Francis Xavier and Peter Faber, who shared his vision for serving God. On September 27, 1540, Pope Paul III formally approved the Society of Jesus, or the Jesuits, with Ignatius as its first superior general. Under Ignatius's leadership, the Jesuits quickly gained renown for their commitment to education, missionary work, and the defense of the Catholic faith during the Counter-Reformation. Ignatius left behind a powerful legacy, centered on key principles that continue to guide the Jesuits and inspire countless individuals worldwide. The guiding motto of the Society of Jesus, Ad Majorem Dei Gloriam, translates to, "For the greater glory of God," encapsulating their mission to seek God in all things. His most enduring work, The Spiritual Exercises, is a profound guide for spiritual discernment and personal transformation still widely used today. The Jesuits established schools and universities across the globe, becoming pioneers in education and playing a crucial role in spreading Christianity. Ignatius's vision and dedication shaped not only the Society of Jesus, but also left an indelible mark on spirituality, education, and the Church. Saint Ignatius of Loyola passed away on July 31, 1556, but his spirit and teachings continue to resonate. His legacy lives on through the Jesuits, their commitment to social justice, intellectual rigor, and their unwavering pursuit of God's greater glory. Welcome to a journey through the extraordinary life of Saint Maximilian Kolbe, a man whose unwavering faith and heroic sacrifice continue to inspire millions. But who was Maximilian Kolbe? Why is his story so profoundly impactful? Born Raymond Kolbe in 1894 in Zduńska Wola, Poland, his early life hinted at the profound spiritual journey that awaited him. At a young age, Raymond received a vision that would shape his entire life's purpose. He saw the Virgin Mary offering him two crowns, one white, signifying purity, and one red, signifying martyrdom. He chose both. This pivotal vision led him to pursue a life of dedication to God and humanity. In 1910, he joined the Franciscan order, taking the name Maximilian, symbolizing his desire to follow Christ to the fullest. He went on to study in Rome, earning doctorates in philosophy and theology, further solidifying his intellectual and spiritual foundations. After his ordination in 1918, Kolbe embarked on a prolific period of missionary work and publishing. Driven by his devotion to the Immaculate Conception, he founded the Militia Immaculatae, an evangelization movement aimed at spreading devotion to Mary. He established Niepokalanów, the City of the Immaculate, near Warsaw, which became a thriving Franciscan friary and a major publishing center for religious materials. His missionary zeal extended beyond Poland as he traveled to Japan and India, establishing monasteries and spreading the Catholic faith through media. The outbreak of World War II dramatically altered the course of Kolbe's life. In 1939, he was arrested by the Gestapo, the Nazi secret police, for his outspoken opposition to their ideology and his continued publication of religious materials. Despite being imprisoned, Kolbe continued his priestly ministry, offering solace and encouragement to his fellow prisoners, even in the most inhumane conditions. The ultimate act of his self-sacrificing love took place in Auschwitz. In July 1941, in response to an escape, The camp commandant chose 10 men to be starved to death as a deterrent. When one of the condemned, Franciszek Gajowniczek, cried out that he had a family, Kolbe stepped forward. He volunteered to take Gajowniczek's place, a testament to his profound love for his fellow man and his unwavering faith. Maximilian Kolbe's sacrifice did not go unnoticed, and his legacy continues to inspire. He endured weeks of starvation and dehydration, eventually being given a lethal injection on August 14, 1941. His body was cremated the following day. In 1982, Pope John Paul II canonized him as a martyr of charity, recognizing his selfless act as the ultimate expression of Christian love. St. Maximilian Kolbe's life is a powerful reminder that even in the darkest of times, love, sacrifice, and faith can shine brightest. Hello everyone, and welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into the extraordinary life of a remarkable woman, St. Catherine of Siena. Born in 1347, her life was a testament to faith, courage, and unwavering dedication, even in the most tumultuous times. Join us as we explore the journey of this influential mystic, reformer, and patron saint. Catherine Benincasa was born in Siena, Italy, one of 25 children. From a very young age, she displayed an unusual piety and a profound connection to the spiritual realm. At the tender age of 6, Catherine experienced her first mystical vision, seeing Christ in glory. These visions continued throughout her childhood, setting her apart and drawing her deeper into a life of devotion. Despite her parents' wishes for her to marry, Catherine was resolute in her desire to dedicate her life to God. She made a private vow of virginity at the age of 7, steadfastly refusing any attempts to arrange her marriage. At 16, Catherine joined the Third Order of St. Dominic, a lay order that allowed her to live a life of prayer and penance while remaining in her family home. She dedicated herself to solitude and contemplation. After years of secluded prayer, Catherine felt called to public ministry. She began to serve the poor and the sick, attracting followers who were drawn to her wisdom and fervent faith. Her influence quickly grew beyond Siena. Italy in the 14th century was plagued by political unrest and internal conflicts. Catherine emerged as a powerful peacemaker, traveling to various cities to mediate disputes and reconcile warring factions. Catherine's influence extended to the highest levels of the church. She fearlessly advised popes, notably Pope Gregory XI, urging him to return the papacy from Avignon to Rome, a pivotal moment in church history. Her most significant written work, The Dialogue of Divine Providence, records her mystical conversations with God. It's a profound exploration of spiritual truth, divine love, and the path to salvation. Catherine's life was not without immense suffering. She endured severe physical ailments, intense spiritual trials, and criticism for her outspokenness. Yet she faced these challenges with unwavering courage. St. Catherine of Siena died in Rome in 1380 at the age of 33, exhausted by her intense labors and austerities. She was canonized a saint in 1461 and later declared a doctor of the church, a rare honor for a woman. St. Catherine of Siena remains a powerful figure of faith, a beacon of courage, and an inspiration for her tireless pursuit of peace and truth. Her legacy continues to resonate, reminding us of the transformative power of a life lived in dedication to higher ideals. Welcome to a journey through the remarkable life of a towering figure of the 20th century, St. John Paul II. Born Karolwo, Chile, his story is one of faith, resilience, and profound global impact. This video will explore his early life in Poland, his challenges during World War II, his rise through the church hierarchy, and his transformative papacy. Discover how a boy from Wadowice became a spiritual leader who captivated the world. Karol Józef Wojtyła was born on May 18, 1920, in Wadowice, a small town in southern Poland. His youth was marked by immense personal loss and the horrors of World War II and the Nazi occupation of Poland. This period profoundly shaped his spiritual and intellectual development. Despite the dangers, he secretly studied for the priesthood, discerning a call to serve God amidst the turmoil. He was ordained a priest in 1946 and began his pastoral work, quickly gaining a reputation for his intellect and deep spirituality. He continued his academic pursuits, earning doctorates in theology and philosophy, and became a prominent figure in the Catholic intellectual scene. The most significant chapter of his life began in 1978, when he was elected Pope, taking the name John Paul II. His election was historic, as he was the first non-Italian pope in over 450 years and the first Polish pope. From the outset, John Paul II emphasized human dignity, religious freedom, and the importance of evangelization in a rapidly changing world. His papacy was characterized by extensive international travel, becoming known as the Pilgrim Pope. He visited 129 countries, reaching out to diverse cultures and faiths, and becoming one of the most traveled leaders in history. A key aspect of his legacy was his instrumental role in the fall of communism in Eastern Europe, particularly in his native Poland, through his unwavering moral support for dissidents. His papacy was also marked by challenges, including an assassination attempt and declining health in his later years. In 1981, he survived an assassination attempt in St. Peter's Square, and famously forgave his assailant, Ali Aga, visiting him in prison. Despite battling Parkinson's disease and other ailments, he continued to serve with remarkable courage and determination until his death in 2005. John Paul II's legacy is immense, leaving an enduring influence on the Catholic Church and the world at large. He inspired millions with his message of hope, reconciliation, and the defense of human life and dignity. He was beatified in 2011 and canonized as a saint in 2014, a testament to his profound holiness and impact. From his humble beginnings in Poland to the leader of 1 billion Catholics, St. John Paul II's life was a testament to faith, courage, and unwavering dedication to humanity. His spirit continues to inspire us today. Welcome to a journey through the remarkable life of St. Mother Teresa of Calcutta, a woman whose unwavering compassion touched millions and inspired the world. Born Anjeze Gonche Bojakiu in Skopje, North Macedonia in 1910, Mother Teresa's life was a testament to selfless service and boundless love. This video explores her path from a devout young woman to a global icon of charity, highlighting her enduring impact on humanity. From an early age, Anjeze felt a strong calling to religious life and service. The stories of missionaries deeply resonated with her, shaping her spiritual journey and leading her towards a life dedicated to helping others. At 18, she joined the Sisters of Loreto in Dublin, Ireland, taking the name Sister Mary Teresa. Her early years as a nun were spent teaching at St. Mary's School for Girls in Calcutta, India, where she witnessed profound poverty and suffering that would forever alter her path. In 1946, during a train journey to Darjeeling, Mother Teresa experienced what she described as a, quote, call within a call. She felt a clear directive from God to leave the convent and dedicate herself to serving the poorest of the poor, living among them. In 1950, Mother Teresa founded the Missionaries of Charity in Calcutta. This new religious congregation was dedicated to serving, quote, the poorest of the poor, embracing a life of poverty, chastity, obedience, and wholehearted free service to the neediest. Her work began in the slums of Calcutta, where she cared for the sick, the dying, and the abandoned. She opened hospices, orphanages, and homes for those suffering from leprosy and other debilitating diseases, providing comfort and dignity to those society had forgotten. Mother Teresa's compassionate work soon gained international attention. Her simple yet profound commitment to serving the marginalized resonated with people worldwide, drawing volunteers and donations to her cause. In recognition of her humanitarian efforts, Mother Teresa was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 1979. She accepted the award, quote, in the name of the hungry, the naked, the homeless, of the crippled, of the blind, of the lepers, of all those who feel unwanted, unloved, uncared for. By the time of her passing in 1997, the Missionaries of Charity had grown to encompass hundreds of homes across more than 120 countries, continuing her legacy of selfless service to the most vulnerable members of society. Mother Teresa's life remains a powerful inspiration, demonstrating the profound impact one person can have through unwavering faith, compassion, and dedication to others. Her example continues to motivate countless individuals to engage in acts of kindness and service. In 2016, Pope Francis canonized Mother Teresa as Saint Teresa of Calcutta, recognizing her extraordinary holiness and her lifelong devotion to Christ by serving the poor. Her sainthood solidified her place as one of the most revered figures in modern history. Mother Teresa's message was simple yet profound. Love begins at home, and small acts of love, however insignificant they may seem, can bring immense joy and peace. Her life teaches us that true greatness lies in serving others with a humble and loving heart. Welcome to a journey through history, exploring the extraordinary life of Saint Joan of Arc. Born in a small French village, Joan of Arc rose from humble beginnings to become a national heroine and a Catholic saint. Joan was born in 1412 in Domremy, a village in northeastern France, to a devout peasant family. Her early life was shaped by the ongoing 100 Years' War, a devastating conflict between England and France that had raged for decades. At a young age, Joan began to experience divine visions and hear voices, which she believed were from God, St. Michael, St. Catherine, and St. Margaret. These celestial messengers imparted upon her a divine mission to save France from English domination. Her core mission was twofold: to lift the siege of Orleans and to see Charles VII crowned King of France. Despite being a young, uneducated peasant girl, Joan convinced the Dauphin, Charles VII, of her divine mandate. In 1429, she undertook a perilous journey to Chinon, where she met Charles VII and, after much skepticism, earned his trust. Joan's military leadership proved instrumental in lifting the siege of Orleans in May 1429, a pivotal victory that turned the tide of the war. Following Orleans, Joan accompanied Charles VII to Reims, where he was formally crowned king, fulfilling a crucial part of her mission. She continued to lead troops in various campaigns. However, Joan's fortunes soon turned. In 1430, she was captured during a skirmish. She was eventually sold to the English by the Burgundians, French allies of England, and brought to trial on charges of heresy, witchcraft, and cross-dressing. Her trial was a political sham, designed to discredit Charles VII and demoralize the French. Despite her eloquent and courageous defense, Joan was ultimately condemned. On May 30th, 1431, at just 19 years old, Joan of Arc was burned at the stake in Rouen. 25 years after her death, a posthumous retrial was conducted, which cleared her name and declared her innocent of all charges. In 1920, Joan of Arc was canonized as a saint by the Catholic Church. Her legacy as a symbol of courage, faith, and national unity continues to inspire people worldwide. Welcome to a journey through the remarkable life of Saint Padre Pio, a Capuchin friar, priest, and mystic who profoundly impacted the Catholic Church and millions worldwide. His life, spanning from 1887 to 1968, was marked by deep spirituality, miraculous events, and unwavering devotion. Join us as we explore his early life, spiritual gifts, enduring legacy, and the profound impact he continues to have. Let's begin by looking at the early life of Francesco Forgione, who would later be known as Padre Pio. Born Francesco Forgione on May 25, 1887, in Pietrelcina, Italy, he was a frail but devout child. From a young age, he showed a profound spiritual inclination and a deep love for God. At just 15 years old in 1903, Francesco entered the novitiate of the Capuchin Friars Minor in Morcone, taking the name Brother Pio. His early years in the order were marked by intense prayer and devotion, but also by periods of severe illness. After years of study and preparation, Padre Pio was ordained to the priesthood on August 10, 1910, at the age of 23. This was a pivotal moment, marking the beginning of his public ministry and spiritual mission. Padre Pio's life was extraordinary due to the spiritual gifts he received, most notably the stigmata. On September 20, 1918, Padre Pio received the stigmata, the visible wounds of Christ's Passion, on his hands, feet, and side. These wounds bled continuously for 50 years, causing him immense pain but also profound spiritual union with Christ. Padre Pio spent countless hours in the confessional, often hearing confessions for up to 16 hours a day. He possessed the extraordinary gift of reading souls, offering profound spiritual direction and guiding many back to God. Throughout his life, numerous miracles and healings were attributed to Padre Pio's intercession. These included physical cures, conversions, and bilocation, being present in two places simultaneously. His reputation for holiness and miracles spread globally. Padre Pio's ministry was largely centered around the friary and the hospital he founded. Padre Pio spent most of his priestly life at the Friary of Santa Maria delle Grazie in San Giovanni Rotondo, Italy. This humble friary became a spiritual beacon, drawing pilgrims from all corners of the world seeking his guidance and prayers. One of Padre Pio's greatest legacies is the Casa Sollievo della Sofferenza, Home for the Relief of Suffering, a modern hospital he founded in San Giovanni Rotondo. Opened in 1956, it stands as a testament to his compassion and dedication to caring for the sick. Despite his holiness and widespread devotion, Padre Pio faced significant challenges and scrutiny. Padre Pio endured periods of intense scrutiny and restrictions from church authorities who were skeptical of his stigmata and spiritual gifts. He was, at times, forbidden from celebrating Mass publicly and hearing confessions, causing him great suffering. Through all his trials, Padre Pio remained steadfast in his prayer life and his willingness to suffer for the salvation of souls. He saw his persecutions as an opportunity to unite more closely with Christ's Passion. In his later years, Padre Pio's health declined, but his ministry continued to flourish. As Padre Pio aged, his health significantly deteriorated, marked by continuous pain from the stigmata and other ailments. Despite his physical suffering, he continued his pastoral duties, offering spiritual guidance and celebrating Mass daily. Padre Pio passed away peacefully on September 23, 1968, at the age of 81. His body bore the stigmata until his death, after which they miraculously disappeared without a trace. Millions mourned his passing, a testament to his profound impact. On June 16, 2002, Padre Pio was canonized as Saint Pio of Pietrelcina by Pope John Paul II in St. Peter's Square, Rome. His canonization was met with immense joy and celebration by Catholics worldwide, recognizing his extraordinary holiness. The legacy of St. Padre Pio continues to inspire countless people today. St. Padre Pio's life continues to inspire millions, drawing pilgrims to San Giovanni Rotondo and reminding us of the power of faith, prayer, and selfless love. His message of devotion to God and compassion for humanity remains ever relevant. Welcome to the life of St. Augustine of Hippo, a journey through the remarkable life of one of history's most influential thinkers. Augustine's story is one of profound transformation, intellectual pursuit, and spiritual awakening. His ideas continue to shape Western philosophy and theology to this day. Born in Tagaste, North Africa in 354 AD, Augustine received an excellent education, excelling in rhetoric and philosophy. Despite his academic brilliance, Augustine struggled with deep spiritual questions and embraced Manichaeism, a dualistic religion, for a time. Augustine's path to Christianity was a long and arduous one, marked by intense inner conflict and a relentless search for truth. His journey led him to Milan, where he encountered Bishop Ambrose, a renowned orator and theologian whose sermons deeply influenced Augustine. His famous conversion experience occurred in a garden, where he heard a child's voice instructing him to take up and read, leading him to a passage from the Epistle to the Romans. In 387 AD, Augustine was baptized by Bishop Ambrose, marking a pivotal moment in his spiritual journey. Following his conversion, Augustine decided to return to his homeland in North Africa, eager to dedicate his life to God. Tragically, his mother Monica, a devout Christian who had prayed for his conversion for years, passed away shortly before their return to Africa. In 391 AD, Augustine was ordained as a priest in Hippo Regius, a coastal city in North Africa, much to his surprise and humility. Augustine's leadership and theological insights quickly became evident, and his influence grew within the early Christian church. In 395 AD, he became the Bishop of Hippo, a role he would hold for the remainder of his life, tirelessly serving his congregation and defending the faith. Augustine's literary output was prodigious. His Confessions is an autobiographical masterpiece, and City of God is a monumental work of Christian philosophy. He fiercely debated against heresies of his time, including Manichaeism, Donatism, and Pelagianism, shaping Orthodox Christian doctrine. Augustine's final years were marked by significant political and social upheaval, yet his intellectual and spiritual work continued unabated. The sack of Rome in 410 AD deeply impacted Augustine, inspiring his work City of God, a response to those who blamed Christianity for the empire's decline. Augustine died in 430 AD during the Vandal siege of Hippo, a testament to his unwavering commitment to his flock even in the face of imminent danger. St. Augustine's intellectual legacy is immense, profoundly influencing Western thought, theology, and the development of the Catholic Church. He remains a guiding light for many. Welcome to a journey into the extraordinary life of Saint Thérèse of Lisieux, a beloved saint whose simple yet profound spiritual path continues to inspire millions. Born Marie-Françoise Thérèse Martin in Alençon, France in 1873, Saint Thérèse, affectionately known as the Little Flower, lived a life dedicated to God, demonstrating that holiness can be found in the most ordinary of actions. Thérèse was the youngest of 9 children, though only 5 survived to adulthood. Her early life was marked by the loss of her mother at a young age, leading her older sister Pauline to become a maternal figure. From a very young age, Thérèse felt an undeniable call to religious life. Her heart yearned for union with God and a life consecrated to Him within the walls of a Carmelite convent. At just 15 years old, Thérèse sought to enter the Carmelite monastery in Lisieux, following in the footsteps of her older sisters Pauline and Marie. Despite her young age and initial rejections, Thérèse's determination was unwavering. She even appealed directly to Pope Leo XIII during a pilgrimage to Rome, famously asking for permission to enter the convent. In 1888, her dream was realized. Thérèse entered the Carmelite convent. Her novitiate was a period of deep spiritual formation, culminating in her profession of vows in 1890. Saint Thérèse is most famously known for her Little Way, a spiritual path of profound simplicity and trust in God. This little way is about performing ordinary acts with extraordinary love, recognizing that even the smallest sacrifices and acts of kindness, when offered with a pure heart, are pleasing to God and contribute to holiness. Examples from her daily life included patiently enduring annoying habits of fellow sisters, smiling at those who were disagreeable, and performing humble tasks without complaint. Despite her joyful disposition, Thérèse faced significant trials and suffering, particularly in her later years. In 1896, she contracted tuberculosis, an illness that would slowly claim her life. She endured intense physical pain with remarkable fortitude, offering her suffering for the salvation of souls. Perhaps even more challenging were her spiritual struggles. A profound dark night of faith where she experienced intense doubts and a sense of God's absence. Yet she clung to faith with unwavering trust. St. Teresa's life, though short, left an indelible mark on the Church and the world. She passed away on September 30th, 1897, at the age of 24, uttering her famous last words, "My God, I love you." Her autobiography, Story of a Soul, published posthumously, became an instant bestseller, inspiring countless people. She was beatified in 1923 and canonized in 1925. In 1997, Pope John Paul II declared her a Doctor of the Church, a rare honor recognizing her profound theological contributions, particularly her little way of spiritual childhood. Saint Therese of Lisieux reminds us that true greatness lies not in grand deeds, but in the faithful execution of small acts of love, trust, and humility. Her message of divine love, simplicity, and unwavering trust in God's mercy continues to resonate, proving that even the littlest flower can offer immense beauty and fragrance to the world. Welcome to a journey through the remarkable life of St. Francis of Assisi, a figure whose spirit continues to inspire millions. Born Giovanni di Pietro di Bernardone, he would become known as Francis, a man who chose a path of poverty, humility, and unwavering faith. Francis was born in 1181 or 1182 in Assisi, Italy, to a wealthy silk merchant and a noblewoman. In his youth, Francis harbored ambitions of knighthood and glory, participating in military campaigns and living a flamboyant lifestyle. However, a series of profound spiritual experiences would lead him to abandon his worldly pursuits and embrace a life dedicated to God. One day, while praying in the ruined church of San Damiano, Francis heard a voice telling him, "Francis, rebuild my church." This divine encounter led Francis to renounce his father's wealth, famously stripping himself of his clothes in the public square, symbolizing his commitment to poverty. Inspired by his experiences, Francis began to attract followers who shared his vision of living a life of radical poverty and service to the poor. These early companions formed the nucleus of what would become the Franciscan order, a brotherhood dedicated to evangelical perfection. Francis crafted a simple rule for his order, emphasizing poverty, humility, and missionary work, which was approved by Pope Innocent III. Francis and his friars traveled extensively, preaching the gospel and bringing a message of peace and reconciliation to a troubled world. His missionary journeys took him across Italy and even to the Holy Land, where he famously met with Sultan Al-Kamil during the Fifth Crusade, seeking peace. Francis had a deep reverence for all of creation, often preaching to animals and referring to them as his brothers and sisters. Towards the end of his life, Francis suffered from various ailments, but his spirit remained fervent. He left an indelible mark on Christianity and the world. In 1224, Francis received the Stigmata, the wounds of Christ, a profound spiritual experience that further solidified his devotion. Francis died on October 3, 1226, and was canonized as a saint just 2 years later, a testament to his extraordinary life and holiness. St. Francis's teachings on poverty, peace, and care for creation continue to resonate today, making him one of the most beloved saints in history. Thank you for watching this video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you found this content helpful or entertaining, please consider hitting the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. We release new content regularly, so you won't want to miss out.